See, this is cool, right? Watch it. That pipe right down there looks very raccoony. Guys, we freaking did it. So I haven't done any kind of trapping the past 2 years or so, simply because I got Walker, my coon hound. So any chance I get where I have a little bit of free time, I'm trying to do stuff with him, work with him a little bit, or I'm just wanting to do regular hunting instead. Here he comes now. With school and stuff now, I've got breaks here and there, and you know, in the mornings I'd have time to actually check these things. So we're just gonna go check out inside of here, see what traps are left, see if any are still good. Here's got a storage area. I don't know where anything is nowadays. Okay, so here's some stakes. We're gonna want them for some cables. Let's grab that. Real smooth. Alright, so now that I got these stupid things all picked up, I got probably about a dozen or so. I might see if I can find some more, but what these are used for is to hold the cable restraints in the ground. We're gonna want a couple of those. I do have a few of these like conibears, but I'm not really looking to do anything in the water. And I think everything I'm gonna want to do will be just fine with the cables and the foot traps. What up, Walker? What up, Walker? How was the run? Good? Well, here's the other parts. My cable set's got a couple cables in there. These little wires here are used to hold up the cable snare type of thing. We'll get some of these out here and show you how they work. So if I remember correctly, you take one of these stakes here and you got your cable. What do you want? Chicken, what do you want? Oh, Walker, get out of there. No wonder. Walker, come here. He's just too happy right now. No. Anyways, you got your stake, and you got your cable here. And you're gonna want to take one of these. I couldn't even tell you what this is. It's just like a wire. It doesn't necessarily have to be this thick. But what this does is this actually holds the circle of your cable. So you slide that on up, like so. Just get that pushed in the ground a little bit so I have something to work with. So what you do here is once you get your circle made with your cable, you can bend this however you want. And then you set your cable right on this, kind of loosely. The idea is you'll have an animal come by, he'll step through, maybe feel that a little bit, freak out, pull, and you got him just like that. Now I gotta find a couple foot traps. Got plenty of cable sets that are gonna be ready to go. I don't remember how many foot traps I have, to be honest with you. You can tell the chickens have been living it up in here, but got a couple of these big boys. Got some of these smaller ones here. And they're pretty similar. You set them, and you stake them in the ground, one of these stakes. That's all that's really to those. Let's see how many of these I can find. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 5, 6. At least 6. I just want to check to make sure these guys are ready to go. They didn't get too rusted or something. If you guys have a better idea on how to do this, let me know than using my feet. I want to make sure you got a good grasp on that. But this jaw, this back jaw, is loose. That ain't gonna get you as long as your fingers are on the other side. And all you do is take this, lift up that plate from the back, from what I understand, slide that in, like slow, so, step off, and that is live, and that'll hurt you. I'm curious to see like how delicate the trigger is. I feel like it's gonna be a little tough. Ooh. Not a lot of effort, a little bit. So here's all my stuff right here. Got some stakes, foot traps, a couple cables, things to hold the cables. I need to come up with better ways to like store these and carry these, because I mean if I lift that up, it's instantly gonna fall. Maybe like some kind of Velcro strap, so you can just take one out, put it back. I might look to see if I have one of them. And just the same thing for this stuff. Like it's not really practical to just carry around these loose wires. I'm gonna do some digging and see if I can find anything else to do that with. Alright, so it's the next day. I had to do some stuff last night, but Walker and I, we're back out here trying to find some trap and stuff. I wasn't even thinking about this, but there's an actual separate season for cable restraints. Meaning all I can use now are footholds. That changes things up a little bit. So all the stuff I got around, these cables, the hangers, definitely won't need as many stakes. Won't be needing all that stuff this time around, so I'm gonna be doing some more digging. Hopefully I can find some more footholds around here somewhere. Actually, there's some right there. All I saw were these conibears hanging here. We have a fair number, I guess. Hopefully we got like a dozen or so. I'm not super experienced with any of this stuff really, so it's gonna be an experience. I do have all the stuff, at least to my knowledge, that I need. You know, I have like the sifter. I'll have to find that stuff next, but we got traps. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 more. What the heck's this thing doing? Let's see if I can grab them all. Look out, Walker. Now I'm just gonna make sure that all the footholds are ready to go. Since I haven't used them quite a long time, you know, they might be like slightly seized up. Some parts might be broken. I don't know. So I'm just gonna run through, set them all off, and we'll go from there. So it turns out only one of my traps were bad. We got 11 of these ready to go. So that's still a fair amount. I was planning on setting like close to a dozen or so cables and a couple of these. So this works out all right. Just changes it up a little bit because I don't have a whole lot of experience with these. And I know a lot of people say not to handle these like with your bare skin. Probably shouldn't be doing that, but I am. Hopefully that doesn't make or break me on this. So here's my kind of ingenious idea. We've got all my stakes here. And like I said, I didn't want to carry them in the buckets because they kept falling over. So my plan is get a little bungee cord action going on. See if we can. It's definitely not pretty, but like I'm gonna be hiking all of these spots and I don't really have room to just throw these in the back of my car, so gotta kind of come up with some way to just keep these all intact. So this is kind of my setup I got going on in my car. Got a couple buckets here. This bucket right here is going to be to store all my tools and traps and whatever else I might need. And then this bucket over here is what I'm going to be putting the foxes, raccoons, coyotes, whatever we end up catching. Up here I got my fishing poles all bungeed up. I didn't come up with that on my own. I couldn't tell you the guy's name. I think it was something redneck. Pretty cool idea. This will help so that all my stuff isn't bouncing all over the car everywhere. So we've got that right there. I'll have these stakes. So now we got the traps out of the way, the main thing. We gotta look for more like accessory type things, like the sifter, some hammers, all that good stuff. Here's this right here, and this is what you use to cover up the trap so it's not super clumpy or got any big chunks of rock in it. I just found my gloves as well, guys. These things are awesome. They're like double insulated. See if I can pull this layer out for you. So the inside is actually this really soft glove, and then the outside is this dense plastic, you know, so if you had to stick your hand in something gross or wet, it wouldn't get on you. So these are what I'm going to be using for trapping. I think they'll do the best for me. Okay, so we got a couple more things to add to the collection. We still got to find a couple more things. And since I'm going to be needing something to dig up the spots for the traps, I got this little trowel thing here we've used in the past. Should do the job. And this is the good stuff right here. If I remember correctly, this is fox urine, some kind of misting spray. I put my hiking boots in there as well. Hopefully the fox pee doesn't spill all over them. I'm gonna check in the garage real quick, see if I can find a hammer. That right there is what I'm looking for. I believe this, yeah, 3-pound hammer. This will be good enough to get the stakes in the ground. All right, let's look over everything. So I got traps, stakes, something to put the stakes in, something to dig a hole for the traps, something to cover the traps with, got some spray, boots, something to put them in after we get them. I might see if I have any other lures, but if I don't, this is probably going to be about it for what I'm going to be taking. So this is everything that I'm going to be needing to take. I got it all packed up. Should be good to go. Next time you see me, we're going to be setting some traps. Let's see what happens. All right, we finally got to the piece of property we're going to be trying to trap. Got all of our stuff hiked up here, and I'm really liking how it looks out here. There are just endless paths throughout here, guys. I'm assuming a lot of it's deer, but that doesn't mean a coyote or a fox won't take it too. Right here we got a really thick trail through all this brush, so it's almost gonna make them come right down here. We're gonna try setting one up right here. All right, so first things first, we gotta get a hole dug to set our trap in. I'm gonna make sure to use some gloves. so I don't get my scent everywhere. We're gonna go with one of these bigger traps right here. I really think this would be a good shot at getting a coyote or a fox. All right, so that's the first of about a dozen traps we got, but we got a lot more to go. We'll pick you guys up when something else happens. All right, guys, so it's currently like 5 o'clock in the morning. We're getting ready to go check some traps. Hopefully it's not a waste. We actually end up catching something. All right, so we just got to this piece of public land property. Got all my traps ready to go. We got the dog proofs right here. Got Brandon and Trent. We're ready to go. I'm gonna need you guys to carry some stuff. I can take the backpack.
I'll take the backpack.
Nah, someone's gotta carry this. That's a Brandon job right there.
Jesus, that's a fucking Brandon job right there. What am I carrying? Nothing?
Oh no, we got a bunch of stuff for you.
Oh,
we're crawling. See, this is cool, right? Watch it! Watch it! You okay? Should've brought your boots. Oh my God. That's karma. That's karma and a half. All right, so we just stumbled down the whole mountain, and I already found a spot that I'm wanting to try. That pipe right down there looks very raccoony. Look at this out. We got a nice little game trail, top to bottom. Oh yeah, that's what we want right there. Hey, so as you can see, got a dozen coon traps. These are the dog proofs. Bunch of these with some cables. We got a dozen, like I said, so I might do 2 or so just in this little spot right here. So I've never even set one of these before. They seem like kind of a pain in the butt. I think you just squeeze them like as hard as you can, and somehow you gotta get that down in there behind that trigger. They have a tool that you can do this with. I wasn't lucky enough to get that. There you go, that's live, ready to go. Do not put your finger in there. That would not feel very good. All right, so with these cables right here, it gives us a little extra distance, and it also helps so we don't have to stake them in. Wrap it around this tree, stick that over there, just cinch that down. And then to my understanding, find a spot, stick it into the ground like that. And then when they go digging around, they're supposed to hit that little like lever that's in there, and then they get stuck. All right, guys, so we're using a pretty standard raccoon bait here. I got some Friskies Seafood Sensation. That sounds like good raccoon bait to me. This stuff's pretty cheap. I think for this whole bag it was $5, something like that. I don't know. I'm new to this whole raccoon thing. All right, here we go. What we got here? And now, to my understanding, just want to fill this up. Not necessarily all the way, but enough so that there's some stuff. Get some around it too. Oh, heck yeah. Some people fill it all the way to the top. I feel like you'd want it lower so that they can like grab it. Doesn't that sound right?
They reach in farther.
That's what I'd say. And then to go with it, like we saw, we got the fish oil. And from what I've seen, you don't want to put this on your actual bait because they don't enjoy the taste of it, just kind of the smell. So I'm just gonna give a little bit of that. I think that's all there is to these sets. We're gonna let that set for the night. We got a couple more to set. Come back in the morning, we'll let you know what we catch. All right, so we made it to the spot where we're trapping at. It is freezing right now. We had to go down that giant hill again. We're just gonna start checking some traps, and what I also brought is I got some orange duct tape to mark where our traps are. I wanted some flagging tape, but we couldn't find any at Walmart. So this will have to do. All right, nothing came to the first one. That's all right though. We're still gonna get some of this tape hung up and then keep checking the trap. All right guys, it's just another morning. I'm checking these traps and it looks like I did have something. Look at that. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I'm thinking raccoon, possibly possum. Look, there's meat in there. I don't have a bright enough light to shine in there, or I would. Dang. That sucks. Guys, we freaking did it. Got a raccoon sitting right in there. This is the last day too. I'm literally picking up traps now. I had a couple of them set off. That's a fat guy. What's up? That is a big raccoon. Look. That thing is insane. That is my very first dog-proof catch. This is my first catch of the season. This is awesome, guys. I cannot believe this. I came around here and I'm like, is that a raccoon? That's a freaking raccoon. Dang. Well, I'm gonna take care of this guy. Get a closer look at him. As far as dispatching animals, I've always just used 17s and 22s, but I'm gonna be trying out this pellet gun here. It's 22 caliber, the Benjamin Phoenix. Benjamin Phoenix. I've shot quite a few things with this. I mean, iguanas, squirrels, all that type of stuff. So it should work really good for this. All right, just brake barrel, so you just cock it like that. And they need to come up with a better case for these. I'm gonna start using like a Tic Tac container. I think that'd be good. Because these things never go back on easily. Oh, in case any of y'all are wondering what I got right there. I don't know as if it really matters for doing stuff like this in traps, but in case you're curious, that's what we're using. Just grab the pellet, launch it right up in there, close back up, you're good. And it's got this safety right here. You just click forward and it's ready to fire. So I just finished checking all my traps. I set up half a dozen or so up along this river. According to like every video I watch, they like traveling along water, looking for food, crawfish, all that junk. And there's a bunch of garbage washed up around here, so they're probably eating some of that as well, but we got them right here. I got as much of the red stuff off as I could. That's a pretty good sized one, guys. It's a female. She's got really good fur on her. She's got like not a super dark coat, more brown than anything, but got real pretty fur. A lot of hours have gone into getting that raccoon right there. You know, I'm in an area where there's not a whole lot of hunting. I figured there wouldn't be much pressure. It is harder than you would believe to catch anything. I was planning on catching a raccoon or even a possum within the first couple days. But no, after hiking up that mountain for a week and then coming back down and trying this river, it's definitely tough. It's not something you just jump up and do. And this is a good view right here, guys. I mean, just super duper fluffy. No rub marks, no nothing. She's got good fur. So I have 2 more traps, I believe, up this hill a little ways. Like I said, I just got done checking this foresty area down here. I'm gonna hike up here a little ways. And if nothing else, we got a raccoon. No matter what kind of hunting you're doing, you always wanna try to leave things as close to as when you found them. It's like this tape right here. You don't wanna leave junk like this around. That just sends a bad message to everyone. Gives hunters a bad name. Just pick up your junk. Note to self, don't trap super far away from your car or going uphill. You wouldn't think one raccoon, a pellet gun, some traps would be all that much, but it adds up. I'm whipped. Just got a little bit farther, I'll be at my car. You wanna know what's super awkward? Standing at the side of a main road, raccoon in your hand, and a dozen cars come by. That's kind of up there. Finally, I get to use this bucket I've had in here just for animals. Brought this whole thing along, it's been taking up space. Ended up getting so many traps, I had to start storing stuff in here, but finally got us a raccoon. All right, so I was planning on doing a catch and cook at the end of this video, but this video is already gonna be super long because I didn't plan on it actually taking this long to catch something, but I'm really grateful for it. Got a raccoon, good fur. If you guys do want to see a raccoon catch and cook, be sure to let me know and we can make that happen. This is all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.